Egypt, the eternal gift of the Nile, is not just a country, but a living chronicle of civilization. A land whose story spans over 7,000 years, echoing through the sands of time. Before the pyramids and pharaohs, prehistoric peoples had already settled along the life-giving Nile, hunting, gathering, and eventually farming in one of the world's earliest cradles of culture. Around 3100 BCE, King Narmer, also known as Menes, united the lands of Upper and Lower Egypt, founding the first dynasty and marking the beginning of one of humanity's most iconic civilizations. Over the next 3 millennia, Egypt would rise and fall in cycles of glory, struggle, and rebirth. The Old Kingdom, known as the Age of the Pyramids, saw the construction of the great monuments at Giza and Saqqara, testaments to divine kingship in a society governed by a cosmic order called Ma'at. During the First Intermediate Period, the centralized government collapsed, yet from this chaos emerged the Middle Kingdom, which restored unity and cultivated a flourishing of literature, trade, and administrative sophistication. The Second Intermediate Period saw the arrival of the Hyksos, Asiatic rulers who brought new technologies, including the horse-drawn chariot. But the New Kingdom, Egypt's imperial age, expelled the Hyksos and ushered in a golden era of conquest, diplomacy, and architectural grandeur. The likes of Thutmose III, Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, Nefertiti, Tutankhamun, and Ramses the Great shaped the landscape with colossal temples at Karnak, Luxor, and Abu Simbel, while Egypt extended its influence into the Levant and Nubia. Yet even at its zenith, decline loomed. Fragmentation and invasion returned during the Third Intermediate and late periods, as Libyans, Nubians, Assyrians, and Persians vied for control. Then came Alexander the Great in 332 BCE, greeted as a liberator. He founded Alexandria, which became a beacon of Hellenistic learning and commerce. Under the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal house ruling an Egyptian land, the fusion of cultures thrived, but internal strife and the rising power of Rome cast a long shadow. Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh, aligned herself with Julius Caesar and later Mark Antony, but her tragic defeat by Octavian in 30 BCE brought Egypt under Roman rule, turning it into the empire's breadbasket. For nearly 7 centuries, Egypt remained under Roman and then Byzantine control until the Arab conquest in 641 CE introduced Islam, Arabic, and a new identity that redefined the land. Cairo was established in 969 CE by the Fatimids and flourished under successive Islamic dynasties, including the Ayyubids, founded by the Kurdish hero Saladin, and the Mamluks, former slave soldiers who became sultans and defended Egypt from Mongol invasions and crusaders. In 1517, the Ottomans absorbed Egypt into their empire, and for centuries it remained a province ruled by Istanbul-appointed governors, though local rulers like Muhammad Ali in the 19th century wielded de facto independence, modernizing Egypt's army, infrastructure, and economy. But this modernization came at a price. Debt and political weakness opened the door for European intervention, and by 1882, Britain occupied Egypt, controlling it as a strategic colony, especially after the construction of the Suez Canal. Nationalist movements surged in the early 20th century, leading to nominal independence in 1922 under King Fuad Thurmurj, though real autonomy was limited. The 1952 revolution, led by the Free Officers Movement and figures like Gamal Abdel Nasser, overthrew the monarchy, ended British influence, and declared Egypt a republic. Nasser's era redefined Egypt's role in the Arab world, nationalizing the Suez Canal and championing Pan-Arabism, though conflict with Israel and economic challenges followed. Later leaders like Anwar Sadat and Hosni Mubarak would continue to shape Egypt through peace treaties, economic reform, and political tension. The 2011 revolution reignited global attention as millions of Egyptians took to the streets, demanding dignity, democracy, and change, toppling Mubarak and ushering in a turbulent period of transition. Today, Egypt remains a nation of contrasts: ancient temples and modern skyscrapers, deep-rooted tradition and relentless innovation, proud independence and global interconnection. It stands as the heart of the Arab world and a crossroads of Africa, Asia, and Europe, where every grain of sand and stone tells a story of struggle, resilience, and eternal rebirth. The spirit of Egypt, forged by millennia of triumph and trial, continues to endure. A civilization not buried by time, but reborn in every generation.